I've been trick-or-treated to death tonight.
You don't know what death is?
Halloween 2 stars Donald Pleasance, Jamie Lee Curtis, and is directed by Rick Rosenthal. So originally when Halloween 1 came out, John Carpenter did not want to make a sequel to it. And then all of a sudden Halloween became this huge hit, and there were no less than 80 slasher flicks that came out within the next few years. I specifically remember John Carpenter saying he had no intentions of making a Halloween 2, and then they put the biggest check he had ever seen in his life in his hand. But then he was faced with a dilemma. He's sitting up at 2 o'clock in the morning writing the script, and he had writer's block. And he was like, what the hell am I going to do with this? Oh, what the hell, I will make him his brother. That's it. That's pretty much what caused this whole sibling scenario that kind of plagued the series throughout the rest of its life. Having said that, Halloween 2 is actually a good movie. One, it picks up directly where the first movie left off. And I'm talking about the second. We see Donald Pleasance coming downstairs in the house after Michael Myers has gotten up and left. And then for the rest of the movie, it is pretty much the aftermath of that night. And they take Jamie Lee Curtis to the hospital, and then Michael Myers follows her, and then we have our movie. Now this movie could have been a bad movie because of how simple the plot is, but it had a few things going for it that actually made it really good. First of all, the score. The score was pretty much the same as the first score, except it was updated in that they used synthesizers. The first score was more of a piano-based theme, whereas this one, they kind of added some meat and potatoes to it. It's almost like you're looking at the Halloween theme from a different angle. And it's almost a little creepier than the score from the first movie. Second of all, I actually really liked Dick Warlock as the Shape. Not as much as Nick Castle, but he almost had this Terminator-esque type quality to him. He literally seemed like a robot, or an evil robot, I guess you could say. He almost walked too slow. It almost makes me think maybe they were inspired by Dick Warlock in It Follows. And finally, the final act of this movie is one of the best in the series. And that's because of two things: the direction and Donald Pleasance. The scene in the gas room when Donald Pleasance turns on all the gas tanks and basically lights a match and says, "It's time, Michael." And then it explodes. Of course, those guys would have been dead long ago, but money had to be made, so they made Halloween 4. But that was a really exciting sequence, I gotta admit. However, Halloween 2 is not a perfect movie. It does have a couple things working against it. One, I would say, is the pacing. It is really slow moving, and I think part of that was that it was in a hospital for most of the movie. And there's only so many things you can do in one location like that, unless it's very well directed. A lot of the scenes seem to kind of waste time or drag out, especially the scene where Mike hits the cop over the head with the hammer. That scene could have taken 2 minutes, but it felt like it took 20 minutes. Outside of that though, guys, I think Halloween 2 is a pretty good sequel, and I would give it purchase worthy. So guys, we're almost done with my Halloween series reviews. All I have left is John Carpenter's Halloween. So I'd like to know, what is your favorite Halloween movie? And what horror series would you like me to review after this? Or I could just do a regular series like Mission Impossible or Rambo or whatever. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts. Subscribe to my channel, follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Thanks for watching, and Drum Dumb out.